name is Atlanta. 446 pounds from Memphis, Tennessee. On the left of your screen, Buddy and Ken Wayne going against them at a total of 435 pounds. From McCall, Louisiana, Sonny King. His partner from Nashville, Tennessee, Rick Morton. One fall, 20-minute time limit match. Referee Paul Morton.
Jackets are off of the Waynes, off of Rick Morton. A little conversation between Paul Morton and Sonny King. Don't know what it is. Sonny stripping down, and we are about ready as it ends up with Rick Morton, Ken Wayne going against each other. Bill time, and this will be a good pairing right here. Morton we've talked about, fine young wrestler. Ken Wayne, every now and then some problems exactly with the rules, but he's another one that has a lot of talent. Good young athlete. Ken with his dad, Buddy, giving him a little word as they circle around. And with the arm, Morton over and down. Once again, Ken Wayne down. Hip toss, and he bangs him down. Sonny King watching with a trained eye on the moves of Rick Morton. There's a tag. No, I didn't. Yeah. Sonny coming in to go with Buddy Wayne. Buddy back to have a word with Ken. Like, be ready, I may need some help. Sonny King takes him into the corner, and he lets him loose. Buddy Wayne starts running the mouth about him hitting him. He never did hit him. Sonny had it double, but he didn't hit him. Buddy Wayne goes for the wrist lock. Tries to take it behind, no success. And Sonny takes him over and down, bars it right at the shoulder. Stands up and bends him back. And Buddy Wayne going for the tights, it looked like, from this side of the ring. Got out of it. And Sonny with a big knee, and Buddy Wayne down, rolling to the corner, but he can't get to Ken for a tag. A bar. Here comes Ken Wayne in. Sonny wisely let loose and backed it up. Could have gotten his head rattled in there as Ken Wayne came in without the benefit of the tag. Buddy goes up top with a wrist lock on Sonny. Backs him over into the corner where Ken is. Rick Morton coming in, trying to be sure that it's an even break for Sonny. Buddy Wayne firing away at the midsection on Sonny. Goes for the throat now. Ken from the outside. With Sonny off balance, he's going for the throat. Referee trying to get him separated up. Breaks Ken Wayne up. Tag.
Ken had been involved in the action there on the apron, choking Sonny King before he got the tag.
Rick Morton in after the tag, and that atomic drop down on the knee. Count of two, and Morton comes out of it.
We're about 3.5 minutes into the action.
3.5 minutes in, so it is a one fall, 20-minute time limit bout. Still plenty of time. Rick over to talk with Sonny as Ken having a word. They tie it up, center of the ring, standing side headlock. Tag on Buddy. Buddy zings that right hand right into the rib. Yay, nice, beautiful drop kick. Buddy Wayne down, cover. One, and no way he was going to stay on with Ken reaching in from the outside and Buddy kicking from below. backdrop. Oh, and Buddy comes up swinging with a left and a right. Tags Ken right into a side headlock. Rick nailed with that knee.
We're close to the 5-minute mark in this.
And the elbow. Again. Ken Wayne covers. 2. Almost had him. Then good action battle. Ken Wayne, Rick Morton in there at the moment. Buddy coaching from the corner. Sonny King watching. A little frown of worry on his face. A whip. Again. Goes for the backdrop. Sunset flip. 1. And Sonny Wayne is in there. Here comes Sonny. Rick Morton powered Ken down. Sonny going after Sonny Wayne. Sonny was a pin on Buddy, but Rick is the official one in. That's it. Just to be on the safe side, they had them both pinned in there, Dave.
Win them both.
Sonny had Buddy. Rick Morton had Ken Wayne. And it's going to be a victory for the team of Sonny King and Rick Morton. Buddy and Ken Wayne standing saying, wait, he had tights or everything else. It certainly was not a clean win. Is there contention about it? What kind of time do we end up with on it?
5 minutes, 52 seconds.
5 minutes, 52 seconds. The action going to Rick Morton and Sonny King, and a good win in there. I loved it the way they had the double pin.
The referee, you can understand referee confusion sometimes because everybody's in here. Who do you count? But
he sorted it out properly because Rick was the official guy in. And he counted out Ken Wayne with a pin being achieved by Rick Morton in there. 5:52. The winner's Morton and King. Action took place in a very important bout involving professional wrestling, and that is a Southern heavyweight title, which is has become known as a beautiful stepping stone to a world heavyweight title bout. It was held by a big 290-pound Ron Bass out of Pampa, Texas. He defended against one of the guttiest guys I know, the little tough nut from Australia, Bill Dundee. Thought you might be interested in that action because of the let's take a look at it right now. Some of the action that took place in a Southern Heavyweight Championship match involving Ron Bass and Bill Dundee, who was in this particular instance challenging, as Bass has held the title for some time, and Dundee getting his shot at that Southern Heavyweight title, giving away in this case 70 pounds of weight, Dave, and he's given away a lot of height, too, because Ron not only is heavy, but he's a big, tall guy, too.
But he never gives anything away in the determination field. I talked to Bill before this match, and he said he felt this match was a must-win for him. He said he knew that, of course, he was going against the bigger Ron Bass, and Bass had successfully defended the Southern Heavyweight belt on numerous occasions. But Bill said he thought it was a critical point in his career, and he thought he had to win this one.
Dundee and Ron Bass vying for that Southern heavyweight title, which is held by Bass, and Dundee zipping with that hand in there, and Bass not giving him a thing, though. Big power. That's his stampede.
Boy, it's a tough one, too. Not too many wrestlers are going to be getting up after the stampedes delivered by Bass, but Dundee is not just any wrestler.
Again, Ron Bass decides, and that may have been the critical point in the match right there, Dave. He picked Dundee up. I don't know whether he was just trying to inflict additional punishment, or whether, in fact, he felt like he had to weaken him a little bit more. There's that flying press, and Bass catches him in the midair and drops him across the knee. Dundee down, Bill trying to get himself in a position. Count of one. Look, a reversal right there. 1, 2, 3, and that did it. The superstar coming up with what in the case of Ron Bass, I'm sure he considered to be an upset win by Bill Dundee for the Southern heavyweight title. And boy, it was a brilliant effort there on the part of Dundee. And Bass, of course, was mightily upset in there. We got more wrestling action. We're going to have an opportunity to see the world heavyweight champion, Nick Bockwinkel, in action right after we take time out for this. The best being epitomized by the world heavyweight champion, in this case, Nick Bockwinkel. Nick went in action against, no doubt, a rugged challenger, a guy who's had his eye on it and was determined to win it. Let's take a look at some of the highlights of the bout between Nick Bockwinkel, world heavyweight champion, and the challenger, Jerry the King Lawler. think it's interesting to point out in here, and we've made this comparison before, but it is particularly valid when you see a bout like this that is now history. It was a one-fall 60-minute time limit bout, and it in fact went 60 minutes.
One
with
full hour.
two men facing each other in that ring. The comparison that I was going to make is to say that, for instance, in professional football, where an offensive lineman or a defensive lineman, the play starts, bam, they go in action for a given number of seconds in there, and then the play is over. They have the opportunity to get a little bit of rest and so forth. In here, it's a one-on-one situation, and if at the wrong moment you decide to have a little letdown and get a little rest in there, that could be all of it.
Pin, yeah,
and in this particular case, Nick Bockwinkel, Jerry the King Lawler, right straight at each other, and Bockwinkel using some of the famous Lawler punching techniques on the King himself, so that it ended up with a lot of rough, and I mean rough spots in a championship effort. Let's get back into the action right here. Pretty typical of the action. It was that way the entire hour. Tough challenge by Lawler, no doubt. A fine defense by the heavyweight champion, Nick Bockwinkel, and they did it the way they did it all the way through. Both of them firing and swinging and blasting at each other. And it was just one of those bouts that was packed with it the entire time. It ended up with the official decision, a draw. Obviously, on a draw, Nick Bockwinkel retained his world heavyweight title, but Jerry Lawler fired away at him, wasn't any question about it, and Bockwinkel did the same thing in return. He fired it back. I want to bring out the guy that was the challenger in that particular instance, and we're talking about the King, Jerry Lawler, who did indeed make a valiant effort to take the title away from Nick Bockwinkel. But
first of all, let me say I'm glad to see your back,
well,
especially
you,
after
Jerry.
seeing your front. Let me ask you one other thing. Did you hear that the court just made a ruling that they're going to have to make the Lone Ranger take his mask off? If they ever see you, they're going to make a ruling where you have to wear a mask. You realize that?
You're in rare form today. I hear it.
That's right, baby.
Okay.
When I beat the world heavyweight champion, I am in rare form, and I guess you saw it right there, didn't you?
Well, I saw what could be interpreted, I'm certainly by you, as a win over the champion. He still
could
has the
be
belt.
interpreted. It was
He
a
still has
1,
the
2,
belt.
3. That's right. It took me a couple of minutes longer than I anticipated, but what can you expect? I was fighting 2 world champions that night. Not only Nick Bockwinkel, the world heavyweight wrestling champion, but Tommy Marlin, the world heavyweight cheating referee. That was 2 against 1, and I'm telling this to everybody that was at the Mid-South Coliseum. In your heart, you know I'm right, baby. That guy cheated me out of the world heavyweight championship. And let me tell you why, Lance Russell. You know why? Do you know who Tommy Marlin is? You know he don't referee around here all the time. Do you know why? Well, let me tell you why. Because his brother is Eddie Marlin. Now, do you know who Eddie Marlin is? Eddie Marlin is Jerry Jarrett's father-in-law. Now, this all seems to be a little convenient family affair, doesn't it? Jerry Jarrett puts Tommy Marlin in there because he don't want me to be the world heavyweight champion. I realize that. Jerry Jarrett knows that if I was the world's heavyweight champion, I'd have to leave here, and he could see his little candy castle come crumbling down, baby. He knows without the king around here, he'd go right in the dumper. That's why he put Tommy Marlin in there. That's why I was cheated out of the world's heavyweight championship. But in spite of all of that, I still did what no man on earth has been able to do, and that's beat Nick Bockwinkel. What do you think about that, Banana Nose?
Well, when 60 minutes is up, 60 minutes is up, and that is exactly
yeah, and when a
what
man
the
gets his
match is.
shoulders pinned to the mat, he gets them pinned to the mat. And you saw it just like all of the rest of you idiots out there saw it. I beat Nick Bockwinkel. Now, let me ask you something else. When Dundee wrestled Nick Bockwinkel, he got knocked out, baby. He got sent down to Dreamland, and Jerry Jarrett was so proud of Bill Dundee, he took the film of that little sawed-off runt out to Arizona, showed it to the president of the AWA, and they granted Bill Dundee a rematch. But do you think that he's called the president of the AWA after I beat Nick Bockwinkel? Do you think he wants to show him that film? Do you think he wants a rematch for me? Oh, no, baby. Just like I said, Jerry Jarrett don't want me to be the world's champion because he can kiss me goodbye, baby. And old Moneybags Jarrett, Tightwad Jarrett, he don't want to see me leave from here. Well, let me tell you something. I'm going to get my rematch with Bockwinkel. I'm going to get it one way or other, and that's a promise, brother.
Well, I hear it. Jerry Jarrett is a promoter. His business is of putting in the matches that the people want to see, and if he can put in another match with
Nick knows they
Bockwinkel,
want to see the king. You think anybody would pay to come down and see a sawed-off runt? Bug-eyed Bill Dundee? No, they come to see me, baby. Let me tell you something about Bill Dundee. I want to say a few words about Bill Dundee.
You wait a minute.
I don't
You're
have to
here
wait
talking.
for nothing.
Bill Dundee, I got a tape from him that had a few things to say about Jerry Law.
Before you show that tape, let me tell you something. Bill Dundee, the little sawed-off runt, he's got the Southern Heavyweight Championship. Yeah, now, do you think he'd put that up on the line Monday night?
Well,
do you think for 1 minute that Bill Dundee wants to risk that belt against me? No way, baby. I called Jerry Jarrett. I said, put that belt up. Get Dundee to put that belt up.
If you'll close
That
it down
Dundee's
just
such a
minute,
big
let's
coward.
take a
He
listen.
knows when he puts that belt up against me, he can kiss it goodbye,
Will you
baby.
just keep quiet a minute and take a listen to what Bill Dundee had to say? Be fair about it.
Why ain't he here
If you
today to
think
say
he
it?
can.
Huh?
Well, he is not here today.
Yeah,
but I
you know
do
why?
have a
Because
video.
I am here. That's
Okay.
why he
Let's
ain't
roll
here.
the tape in there and take a listen to what Bill Dundee had to say.
Jerry Law, there's 3 things going on in the back of my little mind. Yeah, you'd call it little, but there's 3 things going on in the back of my mind, and I'm going to tell them to you one at a time, brother. Jerry Jarrett has called me and told me that his phone's jumping off the wall. The king himself wants a title match with a superstar. Yeah, I got your belt, Lawler, and I have looked all over it, and it doesn't say Jerry Lawler nowhere. I have been all over this belt, and it doesn't have your name on it at all, son. Now, I'll tell you what you do. Before you get a crack at this belt, you go out and you prove to me, yeah, to me, because I'm the champion, that you're worthy of getting a crack at this belt. You go out and beat the Hulk, Ron Bass, Sonny King, Handsome Jimmy Valiant, the Freebirds, then call Jerry Jarrett and tell him you want a title shot. Because in my book, all you are is a jabroni, son. Now, when you beat all them guys, you come back and you get title shot. That's all I've got to say on that. Now, the second thing, the king himself stood out here and bragged how tough he was. What he was going to do to Nick Bockwinkel. You looked as ridiculous in the match as you did getting carried to the ring in that silly chair that you had made. Now, think about this. You went out there and you punched him, and you kicked him, and you pulled his hair, and you slammed him, and you jumped on him off the top rope, and you couldn't beat him. Now, I went out and I wrestled him. I wrestled him for 30 minutes, and he pulled something out of his tights, and he knocked me out with it. Now, think, I wrestled him. You fought him. You gave him your best shot. You did everything you could, son, and you couldn't beat him. Now, the third thing. When I get in the ring with you Monday night, the last time I got in the ring with you, I liked you. I was trying to be your friend, and you went around Memphis after it was all over and said, what a joke that Dundee is. He had a chain in his hand and he wouldn't hit me with it. Now, I wouldn't hit you with it because I was trying to be your friend. Now, think of this. The last time I wrestled you as your friend. Now I hate you, boy. I'm coming down there to fight you. All the friendship's gone, all the miles up and down the road are gone. It's just Jerry Lawler against Bill Superstar Dundee. You said I invented that name. No, son, I earned that name. There was great big fellas come to Memphis and beat my brains out and left me laying in a pool of blood. I earned that name. Now, I'm coming to fight you, Lawler. The friendship's gone. There's nothing. I hate you. You're my #1 enemy, and I'm coming to fight you. The wrestling is gone, so bring all you come. Come loaded for bear, because I'm coming loaded for bear, brother, and I'm going to beat you.
He's not hiding anything. He's telling you like it is.
No, he ain't told it like it is, Banana Nose. He told it like you wanted to hear it, and like the rest of these rednecks out here wanted to hear it, but he didn't tell it like it is. He said he wrestled Nick Bockwinkel. Who's he trying to kid, baby? He did everything he could do to Nick Bockwinkel, and he still wound up getting beat. Yeah, I punched Nick Bockwinkel just like I'm going to punch you, Dundee. I'm going to punch your little lights out, punk. And I beat Nick Bockwinkel, something that nobody else has ever done, least of all not you, you little runt. Let me give you a little background on Bill Dundee. You ever heard of a leech? Do you know what a parasite or a leech is, Lance Russell? Yeah. That's a bloodsucker, baby. That's something that clamps itself onto you. Hang on to that microphone. That's something that clamps itself onto you and sucks your blood out, baby. Well, that's what you are, Bill Dundee. You're nothing but a low-life little scum-of-the-earth leech. You saw me a few years ago, and you knew you were down in the gutter, and you saw the king, and you said, boy, there is my meal ticket. There's the man that can take me to the top. And, boy, you latched onto me, didn't you, Dundee? You latched onto me, and sure enough, I pulled you up out of the gutter, and I took you to the top with me, boy. But it looks like you're getting homesick now, Dundee. You want to go back to that gutter where you came from. Well, Monday night, you little scum, you little sawed-off Elvis impersonator, I'm gonna beat you like the dog that you are. If you think I can't wrestle, you got another thing coming, Dundee, because I'm gonna beat you within an inch of your life. And I don't blame you for not putting that belt up. Anybody wants to be the champion for more than a week. You know if you put it up against me, you would lose it. That's what you are, Dundee, a yellow coward leech. And Monday night, I'm going to expose you for the no-good scum that you are. I'm going to beat you like a dog, Dundee.
Yeah, well, let's see if maybe if you can wrestle, let's see you wrestle. You got a match coming up today. You're talking about what a wrestler you are. We're going to be back to see Lawler in the ring in just a moment.
Bill Dundee has been saying that I can't wrestle, right? He's saying that I have to revert to punching and kicking and gouging. Well, I'm going to tell you something. Jerry Bryant is a personal friend of mine. I don't want to hurt this boy. I'm going to go in there and show you that I can wrestle. No punching, no kicking, no gouging, strictly wrestling. I'm the best wrestler that you or Bill Dundee has ever seen in their life.
Why don't you get in there and prove it? We're certainly willing to see you wrestle. Okay.
All right, one fall, 15-minute time limit. Introducing from Memphis, Tennessee, 218 pounds on the right of your screen, Jerry Bryant. Going against him at 228 pounds from Memphis, Tennessee, the King, Jerry Lawler. One fall, 15-minute time limit. Referee Jerry Calhoun.
Here's the bell, and we'll have to see a handshake from Lawler to Jerry Bryant. Here they go, Dave.
All right. Lawler says he's going to wrestle. No punching, no gouging, no choking. Jerry Bryant. Good move. He put the King on the mat. Lawler quickly bounced to his feet and says, oh, all right. Bryant again with a takedown. Lawler looks to referee Jerry Calhoun, and Calhoun says, nothing wrong with that. Bryant again. He's putting a good move on Jerry Lawler. Putting the heat on the left arm. Lawler going to drop for the arm. And Bryant had moved out of the way. He's standing here. Oh. Lawler getting a little upset with Bryant. Lawler with a headlock. Bryant powers out of it. Converts to a top wrist lock. Lawler complained to referee Jerry Calhoun that Bryant pulled his hair. Referee Jerry Calhoun warns Bryant about hair pulling. The referee didn't see any hair pulling because there was none. Bryant forces Lawler to the mat. Lawler backs him into the rope. Oh, Lawler calls for a clean break. And then he punches Bryant. He's using a fist. Pounding Bryant. Upper part of the arm coming off the ropes. Lawler, right fist doubled up. Coming back with a forearm. Puts Lawler into the rope. Lawler with the foot. Drops with the elbow cover. 1, 2, 3. 3 minutes, 28 seconds. The win goes to Lawler. And at 2 minutes, 47 seconds of that match, the no punching and no gouging ended as Lawler hit Bryant with a fist. 3:28 again, the time on it. Lawler wins it.
Yeah, fine to wrestle up to a point.
To a point.
Yeah, and then boom, just a big pop. Jerry Lawler comes out victorious on Jerry Bryant. Really a fine go by Bryant in there against the King, Jerry Lawler. Dave, what do you say we pop right back in the ring and just go right on? Okay, let's see if we can get them in here. And we'll just fire right on into our next bout. We'll have Gilbert and Smith in there against each other. That one will also be a one-fall, 15-minute time limit bout. And here's the introduction.
From Jackson, Tennessee, at 260 pounds. On the left of your screen, Bob Smith. On the right of your screen, from Lexington, Tennessee, 224 pounds, Tommy Gilbert. One fall, 15-minute time limit. Match referee Paul Morton.
Jackets are off. Bell time. And we're off and running in this one with Tommy Gilbert. With his back to you right there now on the right. And Big Bub Smith facing him goes with a standing side headlock. Takes Gilbert over and down. And Tommy right up beautiful. Drops in with a knee in great shape. Sue. Tommy Gilbert coming in from behind on it. You can see the way he keeps that pressure with his arm. Tommy has that dandy. Now he has a standing lock, but the elbow catches him in the midsection. Bub Smith in the standing side headlock. Tommy trying to get where he can get underneath and maybe take his feet out from under him, but Smith, big guy, hanging on. He's got a 40-pound weight advantage on Tommy. Crowd getting in behind Tommy Gilbert in good shape. And he tries to pick Smith up to get him around, but Smith tightens down on that side headlock. Roughing up the ears of Tommy Gilbert. Tommy slips inside with the hands to try to take it up top. Gets loose. Beautiful move by Tommy. He hooked it loose. Smith went for that, and he nailed him with his legs, scissored him, and took him straight forward. Dandy of a move. by Tommy Gilbert on Bub Smith. Circling in the center of the ring, tangling back up again as Smith goes for that standing side headlock. We're a minute and a half into action. Gilbert being held in that standing side headlock. Waist locked him. That didn't work. He's looking around again to see what he can do. Takes him back. Beauty. Faked him forward and moved him straight back. 2, 3. He got it. What a super dandy of a move by Tommy Gilbert. Smith had him in that side headlock, using his weight to lay down on him. You notice how Tommy faked him forward in there. Smith resisted by coming back, and Tommy right away picked him up and took him down and got the count on him. A minute and 59 seconds, Davey, right?
That's it.
For the victory, and Tommy Gilbert over Bub Smith. We have more wrestling action coming up. We're going to be back to it right after we take time out for this. We're going to be back into the ring in action. We've got the Southern Tag Team Champions, Ferris and Latham, yet to go, and we're going to be taking a look at that action in a moment. I do want to bring you up to date on the action coming at the Coliseum Monday night. Bell time is 8 o'clock. An opportunity today up until 5 o'clock to get your tickets, and of course all day on Monday you'll have a chance to get your advance tickets. Get on down to the Coliseum, picking up in advance, and you'll have an opportunity to be there for all of it. Boy, it is some kind of fine card, too. As we said, bell time starting at 8 o'clock. We'll get you right there in time for the opening bout. The opening bout will be a 6-man tag match, at which the Waynes, Buddy and Ken, will be joined by Big Pete Austin out of Boston, Massachusetts, to go against the Gilberts, Tommy and Eddie, and they'll be teaming with Steve Regal to be the third man on that side of the ring. Ought to be a really fine opening 6-man bout. You'll want to see there and be there at 8 o'clock. Southern Tag Team title match. We'll have Wayne Ferris and Larry Latham with Danny Davis along ringside defending their Southern Tag titles against Rick and Robert Gibson. We're looking forward to them being back in for a Southern Tag Team title shot against Ferris and Latham. They are coming in here for that. Next one, a tag match. It'll be of particular interest in the personalities involved. Fabulous Freebirds, Terry Gordy and Michael Hayes, will be going against Sonny King and Rick Morton, and that one is going to be a dandy of a match, and we'll find out what Sonny King can do in that ring with the Fabulous Freebirds with Morton as his partner. Finally, the match following that will be a single match in which the winner of this match gets a Southern Heavyweight title match. Billy Dundee, the current holder of the Southern Heavyweight title, Ron Bass, the former holder of it, will be going against handsome Jimmy Valiant, and that's a single match that I think you'll be interested in seeing. No doubt about it, the main event is one you'll want to see, worth the price of admission alone, when Jerry the King Lawler goes against Bill Superstar Dundee. And in this one, you heard Dundee say it. He's not pulling any punches, has no desire to do anything but get in there and beat the daylights out of the King. Obviously, Lawler feels the same way about the Superstar. A non-title bout. Don't forget, while you know Lawler's action in there, Dundee, when pressed and given the opportunity to, he can get just as nasty as anybody in the ring. You'll want to see it Monday night down at the Coliseum. Bell time is 8 o'clock. I'll tell you what, right now, we had an opportunity to get an interview a little bit earlier with handsome Jimmy Valiant. Let's take a listen to what handsome Jimmy says about his upcoming match with Ron Bass.
Jimmy, you know, Lancer and handsome Jimmy knows, and all you Memphisites knows, baby, that Memphis, Tennessee is the cleanest city in America. The cleanest city in America, baby. And I'm proud of handsome. I am proud of Memphis, Tennessee, baby. You know something? Mayor Chandler has offered handsome Jimmy. He says, handsome, I want you to clean the city up. Keep it clean. I want you to clean it forever, baby. I want you to sweep it out, brother. Take care of all the garbage, all the grass, all the slum, all the garbage, baby. You know what he's talking about, man? He's talking about Outlaw Bass, and that's who I'm talking about. Mr. Bass. I'm the goods ambassador, baby. I'm the goods ambassador, baby. Memphis, Tennessee. I'm gonna beat and defeat and get rid of you, Daddy, because you're garbage. You're nothing. You're garbage, baby. I'm pleasing your honor. I'm pleasing your honor, baby, and I love it because I love the man and I voted for him. Me and the governor, baby, and Mr. Chandler. We are investing a lot of money, brother, a lot of money on Beale Street. We're going to make Beale Street wide open for Memphisites. The cleanest city in America. Woo, Mercy! I love you, Memphis!
Wild and Willie and some Jimmy Valiant in there. We're going to take a break right now. We're going to be back to hear from the challengers for the Southern Tag Team titles, the Gibsons, right after we take time out for this. For Wayne Ferris and Larry Latham. Let's take a listen.
Wrestling fans, Michael St. John with you. I'm in Nashville, Tennessee with an outstanding young tag team who are coming back to Memphis to take a shot at that Southern Tag Team Championship, now held by Larry Latham and Wayne Ferris, and of course their manager, Danny Davis. I'm talking, of course, to a team that you have wanted to see back in Memphis for a long time. They're finally coming back. Ricky and Robert Gibson, one of the most outstanding tag teams in America today. They'll be taking on Wayne Ferris and Larry Latham for that Southern Tag Team Championship. Ricky, I want to talk with you first. You're getting your shot at that Southern Tag Team crown.
That's right, Mike St. John. We're coming back to Memphis, Tennessee, and it's going to be a pleasure coming back to the Mid-South Coliseum and to go against two of the toughest guys they got there, Latham and Ferris. Let me brief you people on something that happened down in Pensacola, Florida, my hometown, about 6 months ago. Latham and Ferris, you came down there, you did injure my leg, but let me say, I'm well, I'm 110%, and I'm well, and I'm hell, let me tell you. With Robert and Ricky, we're coming to Memphis Coliseum for one thing, and that's for the titles. We're coming back to stay in Memphis. You people have been asking about us, well, we're coming back to stay in these titles. And Mr. Sergeant Davis, I hear that you started yourself a little army down there. Well, I want you to stick your nose in it if you have to. You might have to, because you're looking at the next champions. You stick your nose in there, you do whatever you want to do, because if you want to fight, brother, that's what we're coming to Memphis for, is a fight and to get them titles and to be the people's champion. Monday night, Memphis Coliseum, Rick and Robert Gibson will be the new tag team champions.
Okay, Ricky, I'm sure that the fans are going to be on your side wanting you to grab those belts, that Southern Tag Team title away from Ferris and Latham. Robert, be good having you back in Memphis, too.
Oh, it'd be a pleasure. You know, that's a very fine place to be at Memphis, Tennessee. I'm looking forward to meet all my fans there. I'm happy to be back, my brother.
All right, all you fans at the Memphis Mid-South Coliseum this coming Monday night. A wild night of action, a big all-star card on tap, but that Southern Tag Team Championship should be a wild affair. Larry Latham and Wayne Ferris with their manager, Sergeant Danny Davis, against the return of the Gibson brothers, and I sure hope you guys take the title. Right. Best of luck to you. We'll see you Monday night, Memphis wrestling fans.
Everybody's in the ring. We're ready to go. Introducing at a total weight of 418 pounds. On the right of your screen, from Dallas, Texas, Dallas Montgomery, and from Lexington, Tennessee, Eddie Gilbert. Going against him in this match at a total of 471 pounds. From Memphis, Tennessee, Wayne Ferris, and from Louisiana, Larry Latham. They have their manager, Sergeant Davis, with them. Referee is going to be Jerry Calhoun.
Alrighty, let's get it down to the point where we've got one man on each side of the ring representing him on the inside and one outside. Montgomery steps out. Eddie Gilbert will be starting. On this side, it is going to be, I don't know, neither one of them has gotten out as yet.
Ferris, I think.
Yeah, Ferris starting. No time, and here we go. We've got ourselves a fine tag match here in that the young team of Eddie Gilbert and Dallas Montgomery, both of them showing tremendous potential. Tag from Ferris to Latham. Latham and Ferris, of course, are the Southern Tag Team champions. And an exchange between Larry Latham, who had tagged in, with Eddie Gilbert, who takes up that bar real tight right at the shoulder. One fall, 20-minute time limit bout. Eddie Gilbert, Dallas Montgomery, Latham and Ferris. Over the top goes Eddie. Beauty, drop kick, handy. Covers him one. That's all he got. Latham still very fresh, just kicked him out of there in a hurry. The Blonde Bombers, Wayne Ferris, Larry Latham. Southern Tag Champs. Along ringside, Sergeant Danny Davis. we're running out of time. We've only got about 2.5 minutes till the expiration of time. Standing side headlock with Eddie Gilbert and Larry Latham in there. Latham tag on Wayne Ferris. Dallas Montgomery has not been in the ring as yet, as Eddie has been involved away from the corner. Another tag. Ferris steps aside and lets Latham take him out of there. We're down to 2 minutes of time in this match, and all the way, Eddie Gilbert will run a backdrop, a towering backdrop. Ferris going to work on Gilbert. Gilbert nails him with a foot and tags Dallas Montgomery. Dallas whips Wayne. He misses it. Had him set and Ferris grabs it. Count of 1, count of 2, count of 3, and that's it. Oh! Dallas Montgomery went up for the big drop kick. Ferris held on to the rope. Dallas meeting nothing but thin air in